Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're doing good because we've got a massive Deadlock update to talk through. And yeah, this one actually feels like a turning point for the game. First off, the biggest headline is easily the new heroes. 6 of them. Silver, Rem, Graves, Apollo, Celeste, and Venator. Even before you get hands-on with all of them, the way they're being released already changes the rhythm of the game. Instead of dumping everyone at once, there's this staggered rollout tied to community voting and priority tokens, which honestly is a smart move. It keeps things fresh week from week, and it also lets the devs watch how each hero lands without everything breaking at the same time. From what we've seen so far, these heroes lean hard into distinct identities, not just visually, but mechanically. They feel designed to slot into very specific roles rather than being generalists, which should help team comps feel more intentional, instead of everyone just picking whatever's strongest that week. Then there's Street Brawl, the new 4v4 mode, and I'm going to be real. This mode completely changes the pace of Deadlock. Matches are shorter, more explosive, and way more focused on moment-to-moment decision-making. Everyone starts on even footing. No long build-up, no slow snowball. You pick a limited set of items each round, and sometimes you'll get access to enhanced or legendary versions, which adds just enough unpredictability to keep things spicy without turning it into chaos. It feels like a mode built for people who love the core combat of Deadlock, but don't always have the time or energy for a full-length match. Also, it's low-key a great way to learn heroes because you're constantly fighting and experimenting instead of farming for 10 minutes. The patron and base changes might be less flashy on the surface, but they're probably going to have the biggest long-term impact. Bases are tougher now, and pushing all the way to a win actually feels like a real achievement instead of an inevitable conclusion once you're ahead. The new patron behaviors and defensive mechanics make late-game fights way more tense. You can't just brute force your way through anymore. You actually have to coordinate, manage cooldowns, and pick your moment. This also helps curb snowballing, which was one of the biggest complaints for a lot of players. Falling behind doesn't instantly feel like the match is over, and comebacks feel more believable instead of miraculous. The UI and HUD updates deserve some love too, because they quietly fix a lot of friction. Information is clearer, the screen feels less cluttered, and the new post-game summary with MVP scoring adds a nice sense of closure after a match. It's not just about who had the most kills anymore. The system actually recognizes different kinds of contributions, which is huge for support players and objective-focused playstyles. Little quality of life things like smoother settings menus and better keybind handling don't sound exciting, but you feel them immediately once you start playing. Item changes are another big piece of this patch. New options like Ballistic Enchantment and Recharging Rush open up alternative build paths, especially for players who like experimenting instead of following a strict meta build. On top of that, several existing items were adjusted to better fit their intended roles, cutting down on cases where one item was clearly the correct choice in almost every situation. It feels like the developers are trying to encourage creativity without letting things spiral out of control. Balance-wise, this patch hits a wide range of heroes. Some mobility tools got toned down, respawn timers were adjusted, and a lot of small numbers were shifted to smooth out early and mid-game pacing. What's important here is that it doesn't feel like they're just reacting to complaints. The changes seem to line up with a broader vision of how Deadlock should flow, especially with the new base and patron systems in place. Combat feels more deliberate, positioning matters more, and reckless aggression is punished harder than before. Stepping back, the overall vibe of this update is confidence. Deadlock isn't just being patched to survive, it's being shaped with a clear direction in mind. Faster modes for quick sessions, deeper systems for longer matches, clear feedback for players, and a steady stream of new heroes to keep things evolving. Whether you're a competitive grinder or someone who just hops in for a few matches with friends, there's something here that directly affects how you play. And honestly, that's what makes this update exciting. It's not one single feature carrying the weight. It's the way all these changes work together to make the game feel more complete, more intentional, and more fun to come back to. If this is the standard Deadlock is setting for major updates going forward, things are looking pretty solid.